brings us to today's game, regular season game 30 of 44, only 14 left after this one. It's the 12-17 Beewolves contact specialists who, believe it or not, 5 games under 500 are tied for first place in the lowly trade division. They're going up against the Frontrunners, who are 18-11. Like I said, almost the inverse record. They're known as Speed Demons. They're good just about everywhere, but they have exceptional speed and a little bit better defense and rotation than the average. And the starting pitcher for the Beewolves is going to be the right-hander, Beavis Ortiz, who's pretty down the middle as far as pitchers in this league. He only has a 1-4 record, but his ERA is only a 3.86. Pete, that's real good. A 0.95 whip to match.
Yeah, he's been pitching pretty well. His last outing, he struggled.
Yeah, well, that 1-4 record with that low of an ERA suggests to me that he was doing well, and then the relievers didn't help him out in those games, you know.
Yeah, and I still think that it did that, and the other thing is I think he comes out when it's still tied, you know. So right. we're just not able to get that lead and hold it. So, but the notable players for the Beewolves: Alora Franco at first base, exceptional power, very good ability to connect at home plate, and very good speed. She's hitting 379 on the season with 2 home runs. Buster Biggs, the left fielder, who's having a career year. And is third on the league leader board for most hits in the league. Buster Biggs, the left fielder, he's got very good power, very good ability to connect, and very good speed on the base pass. I also think he's on the list for stolen bases. Yeah. So I think he's, third or fourth there as well. So he's locked in, hitting 378 and 4 home runs, taking the lead on the team for the most home runs. And then Bertha Banks, the third baseman, she's locked in. She's got good power. She's got about average ability to connect and about average speed, although she's got a little bit of a burst lately, and she's outperforming what she normally does. But she's hitting 225 on the season with 2 home runs. And so she'll be hopefully playing third base today. We'll see.
Yeah, I was watching the ticker down there. Franco and Biggs are 4th and 5th in the league for batting average, respectively, and Biggs behind Franco just by a basis point.
Yeah, she's hitting 379. He's hitting 378. So
yeah, so a little competition amongst teammates there. Well, starting for the Frontrunners, they're going to put Tito Singleton on the mound, the right-hander. He throws the ball a little harder than most. Doesn't put a whole ton of movement on it, but he's more accurate than most as well. He's got a 3-1 record on the season, so he's a formidable pitcher to face with a 2.2 ERA and a 127 whip.
And the notable players for the Frontrunners, you've got Jonas. Is it Jonas? I believe it's Jonas Trickster, the right fielder. He's got very good power. He's got about a little bit better than average ability to connect at home plate, and he's got excellent speed. He's hitting 296 with 4 home runs, and then you got Miles Hart, the shortstop. He's got excellent power, about a little bit better than average ability to connect, and he's got excellent speed as well. He's hitting 311 with 6 home runs, and then you got Leonard, the first baseman, and he's a little tense, it looks like. But he's hitting with more power. He's connecting far better, and he's running with a lot more speed than he has over the course of his career. So he's outperforming what he normally does. Actually, he's underperforming what he normally does. That's probably why he's tense. So he's a little bit less on his power, his ability to connect, and his speed. And he's hitting 309 with 5 home runs. And they have Hart there, who was the second star of the game in the first meeting between these two teams. And then Jonas Trickster was the third star of the game the last time these two teams met. So we'll have to keep our eyes on them, Tommy.
We will, too. I'm just looking at that there thinking those 3 guys have 15 home runs between them. So Beavis Ortiz is going to have to be careful what he throws to those guys.
Well, that's it. This front-runner team, like you said, they're labeled as speed demons. But you make a mistake with these guys, and they'll take it deep. They've got another player on this team, Hoots Harvey, who really kind of raked us over the coals the first time we played. He hit 2 home runs in that game, doubling his season output at that point, and he wound up with 4 RBIs, and he scored 3 runs himself. So he himself was was responsible for a large part of their scoring. So, and he's not even on the notable players. So we may see Hoots Harvey today as well.
Well, just real quick before we go to the next screen, I was looking at the ERA down there for the team. Beavis Ortiz has the lowest earned run average, so that's good for us here.
I believe so. We talked about it in the last game with Hurley Bender. He gets out there and he's throwing the ball really well, and he gets his ERA below 4, but by the time the game's over, it's back up over 4. So yeah. Even though he got the 13 strikeouts and everything, and he like I say, he got down to about 3.7 at one point during the game, but when it finished, he was back up to about 4.4. So it's tough, that ERA.
It is. I'm just getting the starting lineup now from the assistant coach down there in the dugout, and it looks like this. Starting off, batting first, Hanley Dexter is the shortstop. He's still tense. He's been going back and forth between tense and rattled, but he played a real good game in that last game. So if he plays well here today, we could see him back to normal, which should be nice.
Not good.
Yeah. Yeah. He's going to be followed by Billy LeBoink, the right fielder. He's going to bat second. Batting third, Buster Biggs in left field. He is locked in today. That's always good. And always at fourth, Alora Franco batting clean up, the first basewoman. Like you said, third base, it's going to be Bertha Banks because she's locked in and fit. Gina Torrance will play second base. She's behind Bertha. Batting seventh, Steve Monstour will be behind the plate catching the balls today. Steve Monstour is good power. It's got good power against right-handers, so that hopefully that works for us. Magic Moore will be playing out there in seventh as usual. He's got good contact against lefties, so if they bring a lefty in, well. And Beavis Ortiz will bat ninth, and he will take the mound, throwing the forefinger, the curveball, the slider, and the fork pitch. I love that fork pitch.
I do too. That fork pitch is good. When he's got that thing working and he drops the bottom out, boy, that's good stuff.
I tell you. And here we are in Philadelphia. The first time we've been in this building, Pete. The only time this year. And this place is big.
It's big. It's a little intimidating how big it is. I'm going to fill these stands up, and then we're going to let them watch their team lose. Wriggle. They're going to wriggle on the hook there.
Those are big words, tough guy.
That's right.
What's their lineup look like, by the way?
I don't know. Nobody's told me yet.
There
it is. Club in left field, Trickster in right field, Hart playing shortstop, Leonard at first base, Jeterson at third base, Harvey in center field, Stevens at second, Angelus catching, and Singleton pitching. So a new lineup. A lot of new players we hadn't seen last time. So coming up in the top of the first, Hanley Dexteris, Billy LeBoink, and Buster Biggs. And we're watching the Frontrunners take the field as Tito Singleton gets to the mound and sets up. Shot.
I'm looking at that right field wall. Looks like it's in a little, Pete.
Well, let's take advantage of that. Coming up, leading off, Hanley Dexteris takes the first pitch for a called strike. He's hitting 279. It's ball one. 1-1 with 2 home runs and 9 RBIs. That one was high. Ball 2. 2-1 to Dexteris. There's a shot to Hart at shortstop. Picks it up, makes the throw to Leonard at first to retire Dexteris. 1 out.
Billy LeBoink coming up, hitting .336 on the season. With 3 long balls and 18 RBIs. He likes his pitches in the top, as you know. Gets one, just misses a little bit. Strike 1. 0-1 to Billy LeBoink. That one's low right. Ball 1. Good eye. Here at the top of the first. No score. Beewolves Frontrunners. That one's in there for strike 2. He's ahead in the count. Singleton. Ball 2. Evens up at 2 apiece. That one's in there. LeBoink puts it over the head of the first baseman. A nice single out in right field there. Trickster throws to second to hold him up. Way to get started, Mr. LeBoink.
All right, Billy LeBoink standing at first with Buster Biggs, the left fielder, coming in. He's locked in and fit. Talked about him at the start of the game, hitting .378. Takes the first pitch for a ball. LeBoink is not very speedy. He's not a threat to steal. There's a shot up the middle into center field. Everybody's going to move up a base, so LeBoink's at second with Biggs standing at first. 1 out.
Way to get the engine started here quick, Beewolves. Laura Franco, .379 on this season, and we're hoping to get her. She had an awful game the last game. She's hoping she gets back in it today. She smashes that first one. It's past first base. It's going. Wait, they're going to come back. They're going to come. Oh, everybody comes back. Doggone it. Doggone. Billy LeBoink should have come home.
Base is loaded to Bertha Bank, who's playing third base. She's locked in. hitting .225 with 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. Pressure's up on Singleton. That first pitch is high, ball 1. That one's high, ball 2. 2-0 to Bertha Banks. That one's high, ball 3. 3-0 to Bertha Banks with the bases loaded and only 1 out. That one's in there for called strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. There's a smash up the middle, and everybody's going to go. Oh, okay.
Just one runner goes around. They get that lead. One other. Some mixed signals to the third base coach today.
It's difficult with the bases loaded.
Yeah, hitting 2-6. There's only 1 out though. The pressure's up here. The Beewolves have 1-0 lead. Torrance hits it hard, but it's down the line foul, third base side. Oh, 1 to Gina Torrance. That one, she pops down the third base side again. She must have a friend in the stands there. She's 0-2. Reaches out to get that one. It's going to be hit grounder to Hart over to first for the double play.
Again, we were knocking on the door. 1 run on 4 hits coming up in the bottom of the first. Ed Clubb, Jonas Trickster, Miles Hart, Beavis Ortiz setting up shop on the pitcher's mound, and we'll get him going here against Ed Clubb.
Number 15.
Ed Clubb, 250 on the season. He's in the zone. Speed abode. A lot of Frank's beans and clams back there. First pitch is in their first strike, and we're underway here in the bottom of the first. Beavis Ortiz threw his first pitch, got it in. Second pitch. Oh, that is that fourth pitch. Makes it in for strike 2. He's quickly ahead in the count to Ed Clubb. Inside corner just misses. Ball 1. 1-2 the count. Mr. Clubb. It's a 1-0 Beewolves game early on here. There's some white in the stands back there. Some fans made the trip here from Phoenix along with us. It's not a short flight. That one's hit hard down the line, but it's going to roll foul. Still 1-2 the count to Ed Clubb. Strike on the inside corner. We get the first K from Beavis Ortiz.
Okay.
Trickster. Got power against lefties. But Ortiz is a righty. Sitting 296 on the season with 4 long balls and 15 RBIs. Check swing on that first one's a strike. Oh, 1 the count to Jonas Trickster. Second one's in there. Ooh, I thought it was low, but it's strike 2. And Ortiz again jumps out in front. Ooh, gets one away there. Kind of lost a little something on that curve. Ball 1. Ooh, that one just missed inside corner. Trickster didn't go for it. There he is, strike 3 in the upper outside corner, and Ortiz has racked up 2 here at the top of the first.
Ortiz isn't settled in yet. He's still a little hard to control. He's not.
Outfield's going deep for Miles Hart, who's hitting 311 on the season with 6 long balls. Ortiz careful to throw to him.
I don't know what that
was. This is high and inside to the left-hand batter. 1-0 the count. That one makes it in there. That fourth pitch, strike 1, and we're tied up at 1 apiece with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Inside corner popped up. Buster Biggs running underneath it. He's going to get there. Make that catch for the 3rd out. Yeah.
All right, Buster. All right, top of the second, Steve Monstour, Magic Moore, and Beavis Ortiz. Singleton threw 20 pitches in that first inning and gave up 4 hits and 1 run. Here we go, Beewolves. Steve Monstour's catching today, feeling neutral and fit. He's hitting 386, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs on the season. He's got power versus right-handed pitching. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Strike 1. That one's fouled off along the third baseline. Just foul. No balls, 2 strikes to Monstour. That one's up. Ball 1, 1-2. That one's low, 2-2. Count is evened up quickly here. That one's inside, ball 3. Full count to Steve Monstour. There's a smash. That's going to be between the third baseman and shortstop. Monstour is going to lead off with a single. And there's a runner at first with nobody out.
Good patience by Monstour there. Magic Moore comes up. 367 on the season. He's got Monstour at first base with no outs top of the second. Pitch inside corner, strike 1. He wanted to see what Singleton could throw. Tito Singleton's throwing the ball hard, but he misses on that one. It's 1 apiece now. That one's a strike side, 95 miles an hour, 1-2 the count. Swinging it from the inside corner, and Magic Moore goes down on strikes.
Not good, Magic. Beavis Ortiz, the starting pitcher, he steps in. He's neutral and fit, hitting .071 on the season. Monstour standing at first with 1 out. That one's shanked along the third baseline, just foul. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out in the top of the second. That one's outside. Ball 1, 1-1. There's a shot, and that's into center field, and Monsteur's around. Oh, and he gets thrown out going for third base. Dag, nabbit.
Oh, boy. Hanley Dexter is 0 for 1, hitting 276. Hanley's hoping to go 1 for 2. Pops that one up in the left field, but that's going to be caught in the third out. It looks like Club out there.
Yep.
3 down.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the second. Coming up in the bottom of the second, Trim Leonard, Pitt Jeterson, and Hoots Harvey going to face Ortiz, who threw 13 pitches with 2 strikeouts in that first inning. Beewolves leading 1-0. Trim Leonard's playing first base. He's tense and fit, but he's hitting .309 on the season with 5 home runs, 24 RBIs. Ortiz delivers, swing and a miss by Leonard for strike 1. Now it's a little low, ball 1. Evens up to count, 1-1. Ortiz is locked in at this point. Ortiz delivers. Inside, ball 2. It was anticipated by Trim Leonard. That's in there on the low outside corner. Evens up to count. 2 balls, 2 strikes with no outs. In the bottom of the second, that's popped up to right field, and LeBoink is under it for the first out. 1 out. Pitt Jeterson, the third baseman. He's neutral and fit. He's hitting .277 on the season, 5 home runs. 17 RBIs. He's had himself quite a year. That's a broken bat, foul ball, and Bertha Banks is out. Makes the catch for the second out. 2 up, 2 down. Hoots Harvey. The Beewolf killer's up. He's neutral. He's suffering a bit of an injury. Plays center field. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. He's hitting .311 on the season. Harvey with 5 home runs. 2 of them coming against these Beewolves. That one's outside. Evens up to count. 1-1. 2 outs. That one was low. Ball 2. Harvey with 25 RBIs on the season. Wow. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's fouled straight back out of play. Count is evened up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the second. That's a lot of 2s. Swing and a miss. Hoots Harvey goes down on strikes. Okay, that's a little bit of retribution by Beavis Ortiz there. Coming up in the top of the third, Billy LeBoink 1 for 1, Buster Biggs 1 for 1, Alora Franco 1 for 1, Singleton's at 34 pitches with 1 strikeout, giving up 6 hits.
That's a good cycle there. All 3 of these guys are 1 for 1.
It is good stuff. 1 for 1 with a single. LeBoink likes the high pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. That's laid out. The first baseman is laid out, and LeBoink is running. Oh, but he's a little too slow to run that one out. But good play by the first baseman to lay out and get that one. Buster Biggs.
Buster Biggs locked in. Like I said, hitting 1 for 1. Hits it hard, and that's in the gap past third base to Ed Club in left field. A nice single by Buster Biggs. With 1 out, we got a runner on.
All right, Alora Franco, the first baseman. She's 1 for 1 with a single as well. And Buster Biggs is in there with a stolen base. Biggs took off.
On the year.
Pardon?
It's number 12 on the year.
Yeah. Yeah, he's speedy out there. So that's ball 2, 2-0 to Alora Franco. They pick off to second base, but Biggs is able to get back. There's a shot into left field that's going to be caught by Club for the second out. And who's at second again?
Buster Biggs.
Buster Biggs.
Bertha Banks comes up 1 for 1 with a single and RBI. She needs an outfield single to bring Buster Biggs home from second. He could make it because he's fast.
Oh, no.
She just pops that one up. That's out number 3. Second base catches it. Stevens for the third.
All right, come on, Beewolves, let's go. Beewolves leading 1-0. The Beewolves out-hit the Frontrunners 7-0. Isabel Stevens, Julius Angelus, and Tito Singleton are all coming up for the first time to face Ortiz, who's thrown 24 pitches.
Well, that shows you, they're putting away the 3 in a row. So Isabel Stevens has good power against right-handers. She's 233 on the season. Pops that one behind the plate. Montour back to grab it. And there's going to be one pitch, one out. It's a good pace here for the third inning.
Yes, sir.
Julius Angelus. Contact against lefties, but he's facing a righty. He's hitting 375 on the season. Ortiz throwing his 26th pitch. It's a grounder over to Franco. Picks it up, tosses it to first. Ortiz covers for the second out. 2 pitches, 2 outs, Pete.
I like that.
Tito Singleton hitting 167. He's a better hitting pitcher than most in the league. He's also composed. Takes the first pitch low for strike one. 0-1 the count. It's a 1-0 Beewolves lead here in the bottom of the third in Philadelphia. That one makes it up top. Strike 0-2. Ortiz is way out ahead of him. He's just throwing his 5th pitch of the inning. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and we're down, Pete. Way to go, Ortiz. Is it number 5 or something?
I think it might be 3 or 4. Coming up in the top of the fourth, Gina Torrens is 0 for 1. Steve Montour 1 for 1, and Magic Moore 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Singleton's up to 41 pitches with a strikeout, giving up 7 hits. Torrens is playing second base. She's tense and fit. She's 0 for 1 on the day, though. She's hitting 264 on the season. There's a smash to deep right center field. That's gone. Gina Torrens is gone. All right, Gina.
You seem surprised, man.
Well, she's tense. I didn't think it would go. 392 feet. Her first home run of the season and 3rd RBI of the season. So I think I being a little shocked isn't outside of the norm. That's her first long ball of the year. Way to go, Gina.
Power against righties. Oh, that is the opposite hit. But it rolls to Peterson, picks it up, throws him out at first. 1 down.
Nope. All right, Magic Moore, the center fielder, 0 for 1. Hitting 364. He's got 3 home runs on the season. 1 out, nobody on. Magic Moore takes that one right to Isabel Stevens, the second baseman, who throws to Leonard for the second out. Stepping in is Beavis Ortiz.
1 for 1 with a single. 133, hoping to get his average up here. We got a 2-0 Beewolves lead here at the top of the 4th inning in Philadelphia. Watch that first pitch go by outside corner, strike 1. Beavis Ortiz. Inside corner, strike 2. It's quickly ahead. What are the odds he throws him another strike here? Oh, a bad pitch near the hands, but he rolls it to the second baseman, Stevens, who throws him out at first. Yeah.
Beewolves are starting to get jumpy. They're jumping on first pitches. They got to kind of make this guy throw a little bit more. So Beewolves 2 runs on 8 hits. Frontrunners, no runs, no hits. Ed Clubb, Jonas Trickster, and Miles Hart all 0 for the day. Coming up against Beavis Ortiz. Clubb, the left fielder, is tense and fit. Hitting 200 on the season.
Something like that.
Clubb is the leadoff hitter for the Frontrunners. He grounds to Gina Torrens, who picks it up, makes the throw to Franco to retire Clubb. Clubb goes 0 for 2 on the day. Jonas Trickster, the right fielder, he's 0 for 1 today, too. Ortiz is up to 30 pitches in the bottom of the 4th inning. Allen's in there for a called strike. No balls, 1 strike. 1 out to the Frontrunners. Ortiz delivers. That's in there for a called second strike. No balls, 2 strikes, and Trickster's in the hole. Allen's a little high. Ball 1. 1-2. That's in there for a called third strike. Trickster goes down watching. 2 outs. Miles Hart, the shortstop, steps in. He likes the low pitch. So for 1 today, 2 outs with nobody on. Hart fouls that one off along the first baseline. No balls, 1 strike. Ortiz is now on fire. There's a shot. That's going to curve foul. Oh! That curved foul along the third baseline, deep along the third baseline. No balls, 2 strikes to Hart. He fouls that one off. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Hart. Ortiz delivers. That's popped straight up. Montour is standing on home plate, calling everybody off. That's 3 outs. 3 up, 3 down. And we're moving into the Beewolves half of the 5th, top of the 5th. Hanley Dexter is 0 for 2. Billy LeBoink 1 for 2. Buster Biggs 2 for 2. Singleton's at 47 pitches with a strikeout, giving up 8 hits. Beewolves holding on to a 2-0 lead. Shortstop Hanley Dexter is still tense.
Really want him to get on here.
Tense and fit. That one's ball outside. Ball 1. That one's outside. Ball 2, 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike to Dexterez. That one was high. Ball 3, 3-1. Singleton's known to be composed at this point. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The count is full. Dexterez is known as a tough out around the league. There's a shot. That's going, and gone. Dexterez is gone, left the building. And that makes it 3-0, and Dexterez went 394 feet. That's his 3rd home run of the season and his 10th RBI. Welcome to the game, Hanley Dexterez.
Well, that'll relieve the tension. Billy LeBlanc,
yes, sir.
2 of the single, looking for that high pitch. Here it is. Oh, and he doesn't swing. Good. That took some restraint. That's his pitch. It's a leaguer into right field. Wave him off. It's going to be caught by Trickster. First out.
Coming up, Buster Biggs, the left fielder. He's on fire as well. 2 for 2 on the day, hitting .388. 1 out, nobody on. Biggs takes the first pitch in the dirt. Ball 1, 1-0. That's a ground ball to Isabel Stevens, the second baseman. She picks up, throws to Leonard for the out. 2 outs. Laura Franco.
I shouldn't have swung at that one. Laura Franco's 1 for 2 with a single. Hoping to go 2 for 3. That's a pitch right down the middle. She's going to get that. Pass into center field. Nice single for Laura Franco. We got a runner on, but with 2 outs at the top of the 5th.
Yes, sir. Bertha Banks steps in. She's locked in and fit. 1 for 2 on the day with a single and an RBI. She's hitting .233 on the season. First pitch is low. Ball 1, 1-0. Laura Franco's taken off for second. She's in there with a stolen base. So Franco has stolen second base. Bertha Banks with 2 balls, no strikes. That's inside ball 3. 3-0 to Bertha Banks. But Singleton tends to be pretty composed. He gets that one in there. 3 balls, 1 strike. There's a shot, and that's going into left field. Club picks it up and gets it in quickly. And so there are runners at first and third with 2 outs. And Gina Torrance stepping in.
That was a good hard throw by Club, man. Gina Torrance 1 for 2. She put one over that right center field wall by the glute sign.
Oh, Pete.
Oh, and she pops. Swings at a bad pitch and out in the throw.
Come on. What are you doing? Coming up in the bottom of the 5th, Trim Leonard, Pitt Jeterson, and Hoots Harvey. Beavis Ortiz is at 38 pitches with 5 strikeouts. Beewolves with a 3-0 lead. 3 runs on 11 hits.
The first baseman, number 19.
For 19, Trim Leonard, 3-6, 5 HRs, 24 ribbies. Takes first pitch inside quarter to strike. 1 to count to Leonard. Lorray misses for Beavis Ortiz's 40th pitch. He's still got a lot of gas in the tank, and he is on fire on the mound, Pete. Fires that one in there, but it misses. Ball 2-1 to Trim Leonard here in Philadelphia. Stay in the left-hand batter's box. Swing and a miss on that 4th pitch. Man, you got to admire that throw. The Ortiz, man, throwing here in Philadelphia. Pops that one up by us. I got it. Go ahead, watch here. Hold my beer. Ortiz delivers. Oh, that one's past the mound to Magic Moore, who's going to pick it up and hold him up at first base. And Leonard's on at first with no outs.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 39.
Pitt Jeterson's 0 for 1. He's got a runner at first base and no outs, and the fans are starting to get excited about a possible comeback. That curveball makes it in there for strike 1 and 1 to count. Peterson. Check swing strike 2. He's quickly out ahead of him. And see what he does here. See if he plays. Oh, that one's right past his face. Magic Moore's going to hold him up in a second. We got 2 singles and no outs. The front runners are threatening. They could tie this game up with 1 swing of the bat. Hoots Harvey is 0 for 1, and he's an RBI man. That's not good. Cracks his bat on that first one foul. Strike 1. Bottom of the 5th. That one's inside corner. Strike 2. Ortiz has been here before, and it hasn't boded well. It's that one, that third base line into the dugout for the Beewolves. Hit to a grounder for it. That one's going to be hit to first base. They're going to have to just get the runner at first. They didn't have time to do the double. They got 1 out with runners at second and third. And Isabel Stevens up. Power versus right-handers, 0 for 1. Ortiz has got to be composed here to get out of this bottom of the 5th inning. Lowray misses. Ball 1. Inside corner, strike 1. 1 apiece to Isabel Stevens. Beavis Ortiz Goes that when it makes it in strike 2, and for his 55th pitch, Monstour gives him the single. He winds up delivers, pops it up behind the plate. Monstour is going to get it. Grabs that for the second out, and Ortiz just needs one more here. And it's Julius Angelus, 0 for 1. Contact against lefties, but he's hitting .353 on the season, so he's a dangerous hitter. First pitch misses inside, ball 1. Angelus, low and away, ball 2. Ortiz seems a little cautious to throw to him.
That one no, the freaking up isn't giving me any of the calls.
That's 3-0. Angelus walks him on 4 pitches.
Oh.
So now we got the bases loaded.
3 of them were strikes.
Tito Singleton. Now here's someone you could throw to, though. It's a medium pressure. Oh, they're going to pull him. It's actually a smart move. They're going with Nicholas Engstrom, who's mostly a contact hitter with good speed. So this is a strong move by the Frontrunners, who are trying to get back in this. A team they feel they should be beating. Play at any base. First pitch in there for strike 1, all on the count. To Ingram, who's probably watching that first one. Popped up, and it looks like we're going to get lucky here. Pete Ginatoren's waving it off for that third out, and the Beewolves get out of a tough spot.
All right. So Nicholas Ingram is going to be pulled. The pinch hitter is getting pulled for Lane Canto, a relief pitcher. Canto has a 3.62 ERA, a 1.32 whip, 20 strikeouts. She's neutral and fit. She's got great velocity. Doesn't have a lot of junk, and she's got better than average accuracy. She's not. She seems to have pitched not too long ago, so she's not fully rested. But she throws a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and a curveball. Coming up in the top of the 6th, Steve Monstour 1 for 2. Magic Moore 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Beavis Ortiz 1 for 2, and Canto going to be taking. Setting up shop on the pitcher's mound. Beewolves 3, Frontrunners nothing. Monstour, the catcher, is neutral and fit. 1 for 2 with a single earlier in the game. He's hitting .390 on the season. Allen's low, ball 1. Allen's ball 2, 2-0. There's a smash into center field. That's a clean single for Steve Monstour, who led off with a clean single. So runner at first with nobody out.
Magic Moore coming up 0 for 2. Contact against these lefties. She's a little hard to read, is Lane Canto. She throws a little bit sidearmish. That one's a nice hit out to right field.
Come on.
Right in the glove of Trickster.
Come on.
Moore's going to have to come here. Monstour comes back first.
Can't freaking hit. Beavis Ortiz 1 for 2 with a single. He's locked in and fit, hitting 125 on the season. Monstour at first base with 1 out. That was low. Ortiz showed bunt, pulled back. That one's bunt on the ground. They're going to get Ortiz at first for the second out, but they're going to move Monstour to second.
Harris comes up 1 for 3 with a home run. If he can outfield single, he can get Buster Biggs in around. Hits that one hard down the line, but it's picked up by Peterson at third base, and he's thrown out for out number 3.
All right. Beewolves 3 runs on 12 hits. Frontrunners no runs on 2 hits. Ed Clubb 0 for 2. Jonas Trickster 0 for 2 and Miles Hart 0 for 2. Ortiz has thrown 61 pitches with 5 strikeouts, a walk, and given up 2 hits. Clubb is tense. 0 for 2 on the day. His batting average is down to a paltry 167. Ortiz locked in, delivers. That one's high, ball 1, 1-0. That's in there for a called strike. Evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. In the zone. That's in there for a called second strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ed Clubb is behind on the count. Ortiz delivers, and that's a flare that's going to land into center field. Moore picks it up, throws it into Dexteris quickly, but there's a runner at first with no outs. Jonas Trickster, the right fielder. He's tense and fit, but he's 0 for 2 on the day. Clubb does not have a lot of speed at first base. There's a roller to Bertha Banks, picks it up, makes the throw to second to get the lead runner. The relay back to first was not in time. So 1 out with a runner at first, Miles Hart. The shortstop steps in. He's a fan of the low pitch. There's a shot, and Gina Torrens is going to make it the diving catch and makes the throw to first to retire The batter, 2 outs with a runner at second base. Trim Leonard, the first baseman's 1 for 2 with a single. A lot of speed at second base. Ortiz steps off the rubber and forces the runner back. 2 outs. First pitch is in there for called strike. Strike 1. Ortiz throws back to Dexteris at second base, keeping the runner close. No balls, 1 strike. That's in there for called second strike, and Trim Leonard is in the hole. 0-2 with 2 outs. That's in there for called third strike. Beavis Ortiz takes care of business, and Leonard goes down on strikes. Coming up in the top of the 7th, Billy LeBoink 1 for 3, Buster Biggs 2 for 3, Alora Franco 2 for 3. Canto threw 7 pitches and gave up 1 hit. Beewolves holding on to a 3-0 lead. Billy LeBoink, the right fielder, 1 for 3 on the day with a single. He's a fan of the high pitch. There it is. Hits it off to Stevens, who throws over to Leonard to retire LeBoink.
1 up, 1 down. All right, well, Buster Biggs up 2 for 3 with 2 singles. On fire, the Buster man, hitting 385 now, hoping to beat Alora Franco with the average. Waits a little too long on that one. Swing 0-1 the count. Top of the 7th, 3-0 Beewolves. Hands out a souvenir on the left side. He's quickly 0-2. That one early into the Frontrunners dugout. Still 0-2. Misses outside on Canto's 12th pitch. The wind up, the delivery. Inside corner. Good patience by Buster Biggs. He's trying to get back in this. 2 apiece. All 3. Now he's got the count full. You never know. She could walk him. And she does. Great patience by Buster Biggs, who gets 4 straight balls and takes first base as a prize.
Alora Franco, the first baseman, she steps in 2 for 3 on the day with 2 singles. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Strike 1. There goes Buster Biggs. It's a pitch out. Not in time. He's able to steal second base again. So runner at second. And they're keeping an eye on Biggs because he's speedy out there. Alora Franco, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
No.
She pops that one up. And that's in foul territory. The third baseman makes the catch for the second out. And Biggs is able to get back to second.
They need smart hitting here to bring that runner in from second. Bertha Banks 2 for 3 with 2 singles in her RBI. If she's smart, she can bring home Biggs with an outfield single. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Bertha Biggs. That one's in there. She hits it hard, but it's right into the glove of Leonard at first. What are you doing, Bertha Biggs?
I can't hit. I don't know what the problem is. Pitt Jeterson, Hoots Harvey, and Isabel Stevens coming up against Ortiz, who's thrown 70 pitches, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 3 hits. Beewolves with a 3-0 lead still. Pitt Jeterson, the third baseman's 1 for 2 with a single.
And Beavis Ortiz getting ready to throw a 71st pitch. Still got some gas in the tank. Misses, ball 1 to Pitt Jeterson, 282 on the season. Misses on ball 2. Or quickly behind 2-0. There's the pitch mixed in there for a strike 2-1 to Jeterson, the left-handed batter. Swinging a strike 2, and he's evened it up at 2 apiece in the bottom of the 7th. 3-0 Beewolves, who got the Frontrunners' backs against the wall. That one's pushed into the Beewolves dugout. Still 2 apiece. Anticipated that second middle count in there. He's got a full count against him. It's that one hard. Bertha Banks is going to jump up. It's not going to... Oh, Buster Biggs didn't get there in time. Brought it off the dirt.
Now back.
Okay.
Center fielder, number 11.
Hoots Harvey.
306.
Oh, no.
That one's right in there for a strike. 0-1 the count to Hoots. Ortiz has to do well here. They're warming him up in the... And maybe he stayed a little long. That one is way out of here. The dust-up sign. It's a 2-run home run. The Hoots Harvey. And the fireworks go off. A 452-foot bomb. It's the 6th home run and 27th RBI of the season. And the Frontrunners are within 1 run by getting back in this. And up comes Isabel Stevens, who's got power against righty. She's 0 for 2. And Beavis Ortiz is closing in on 80 pitches, but it looks like he's pitched a great game so far, but they may go the relievers to try and save the situation. There's no outs in the bottom of the 7th. And in will come Tats Belfour, the right-hander. He throws the forefinger, the slider, and the curveball. He's ball prone when he's down, got 3 balls, but he's our winningest reliever. So hoping to get the save here today. First pitch in their first strike. Belfort throws his first, got an itch to scratch, scratches it, winds up, delivers. Inside corner strike 2, and Belfort's already going for the jugular. That one misses. Good trap by Monstour. 1-2 the count. That's a little roller. Stevens picks it up and she runs it out. Infield single. That ball is like a perfectly placed bunt on a swing. And Isabel Stevens at first base. Julius Angelus 0 for 1. But still no outs here in the 7th. They need him to hit into a double play. Misses on the inside corner. Ball 1. Outside corner strike 1. 1 apiece. Isabel at first base. Angelus misses ball 2. 2-1. Oh, that one right off the hands. Ball 3. And now this is where Belfort tends to not throw well. Strike 2. Full count. He's got to throw another one right in there. He's going to walk him. Swinging him a strike 3. Belfort gets his first K at a good time. They need 2 outs left. Lane Canto comes up, the pitcher. She's locked in. High pressure situation, and she's locked out. She's going to get kicked out. Now they're bringing in Kieran Perkins, who's locked in but strained. He's a good power hitter, but an RBI dud. So we want to get him to hit into a double play. Belfort getting ready to throw his 11th pitch. Does. Swinging him at strike 1 to Kieran Perkins. Strike 2 to Kieran Perkins. He's quickly out ahead of him. 1-2 the count in a high pressure situation. In the zone. Swings on that one. Fair ball. They can't get him at second base. Safe at second, safe. If doggone it. They couldn't make that throw to second base. And now both runners are safe. They were going for that double play. And now up comes Ed Clubb, who's 1 for 3. He's a good contact hitter. That one's popped up in the right field. It's drifting foul. LeBoink running over, but it's going to go out of play. 0-1 the count to Clubb. That one's down the line towards third base. Dexteres gets that first out. Gets a lead runner, going to third. So it's 2 outs. Those runners are first and second. And Jonas Trickster comes up tense, but fit. He's 0 for 3, but he's a dangerous power hitter. That one misses outside. Ball 1 to Trickster. Tough situation here for the Beewolves. Strike 1 there. 1 apiece. Bottom of the 7th. It's a 3-2 game. That one's in there for strike 2. And he's out ahead of him. Pop that one up. Gina Torrens running back into the outfield. Going to get underneath it and make the catch for the third out. The second time the Beewolves got out of a tough spot, Pete.
Yes, sir. But they gave up 2, so we got to get some more on the board. Kieran Perkins, who came in to pinch hit, is going to be pulled, and they're bringing in the relief pitcher Marshall Rosas. Rosas has a 5.14 ERA, a 1.46 WHIP, 24 strikeouts on the season. He's neutral and fit. He's got a little bit about average velocity, a little bit better than average junk, and he has poor accuracy. Again, not fully rested. He's a little bit tired, but he's got a 4-seam fastball, a 2-seam fastball, a slider, a curveball, and a changeup. So he's got quite a repertoire. Beewolves holding on to a 3-2 lead, and Gina Torrens 1 for 3 with a home run. Steve Monstour 2 for 3, and Magic Moore 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Are going to look at Rosas in the top of the 8th. Be nice to put some security runs up there, Tommy. Gina Torrens 1 for 3 with a home run and an RBI. She's hitting 270 on the season. That first pitch is in there for called strike. Strike 1. There's a shot into center field, and Harvey's able to run it down for the first out. 1 out.
Steve Monstour is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. He's got power against these righties, so that works. The left-handed batter. This pitch right in there, but it's low. Ball 1. 1-0 count. Top of the 8th, 3-2. Reaches out to hit that outside pitch. It goes to the third baseman. Jeterson picks it up, throws it, gets him out at first, but it's second out.
Magic Moore, the center fielder, 0 for 3 on the day. Neutral fit, hitting .356 on the season with 3 home runs. Come on, Magic. That's in there for a called strike. Strike 1. There's a shot to Isabel Stevens at second base. She'll pick it up and make the throw to Leonard to retire the sides. 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 8th. Coming up in the bottom of the 8th, Miles Hart 0 for 3. Trim Leonard 1 for 3 with a strikeout, and Pitt Jeterson is 2 for 3. Tats Belfour threw 19 pitches in that 1 inning of work with 1 strikeout and gave up 1 hit. Miles Hart, the shortstop, is tense and fit. He's 0 for 3 on the day, and he likes the low pitch. Belfour delivers in there for called strike. Strike 1. Allen's a little high. Ball 1. 1-1 to Hart. Miles Hart plays shortstop for the Frontrunners. That one's outside. Ball 2. 2-1. Allen's low. Ball 3. 3-1 to Miles Hart. This type of count. There's a shot that's going to land into right field. And
Billy LeBoy misses it, throws it to second base, and he gets a double off that one. Pete was speechless with that.
Yeah. Leadoff double. Trim Leonard, who's tense and fit. There's a lot of speed at second base. Oh, no, wrong button. Damn it.
And he steals third.
Steals third, but Monstour felt that he didn't touch the base, so you're through to second. That's inside. Ball 1. 1-1. Runner at third. No outs. That's in there for a called second strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Trim Leonard. There's a...
Oh, no.
They held the runner to third base, and they were able to throw out Trim Leonard at first base in what has to be the most unconventional play I've ever seen. But the runner from third stayed at third. 1 out. Pitt Jeterson's up. Count is even. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out to Pitt Jeterson. Belfour delivers. That's outside. Ball 2. 2-1. That's popped up into and a throw home, and they're not going to get him. And the score is tied 3-3 in the bottom of the 8th. Hoots Harvey, 1 for 3 with a home run. He hit 2 RBIs. Harvey was the one who really kind of hurt the. Well, it's fouled off. Harvey hurt the Beewolves the first time they played. So there's a shot. Dextera's with the laid out, made the grab, but is not going to be able to throw out Hoots Harvey at first base. Isabel Stevens, the shortstop, 1 for 3 with a single. Pressure's up on Tats Belfour as the winning run is at first and now at second because he stole second base. Hoots Harvey 90 feet closer to home plate. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Swing and a miss by Stevens. She's in the hole 0-2 with 2 outs. Belfour. There's a roller to first base. Franco picks it up, steps on the bag to retire the sides, but the score is tied 3-3 going into the top of the 9th. Tats Belfour. Hanley Dexter is 1 for 4 with a home run, and Billy LeBoy 1 for 4. Going to face Rosas, who threw 6 pitches.
Now batting the pitcher.
Tats Belfour, the pitcher's hitting .333. I'd pull him.
Him, right?
No. Yeah.
That's you.
No. So who do I want here?
Probably Freddie Knox, but Rosas has thrown 6 pitches so far. He's still looking pretty good out there, losing some of his accuracy and his movement.
I'm thinking Ruby Green.
All right, Ruby Green works. Belfour's going to be pulled out. The pinch hit Ruby Green. He's got good power and contact. Knows an RBI man. A home run would give her an RBI. She's got 2 of them on the season. She's hitting .279 in the left-hand batter's box. Ruby Green watches that first pitch in there for a strike. That really came across. Someone wants to count to Green. That was hit hard past the mound, and it pays off. She's on first base with no outs, and the Beewolves got to get that offense going again.
Yeah, they do. We've got a runner at first base. Hanley Dexteris is tense and fit. 1 for 4 with a home run and an RBI. Not a lot of speed by Ruby Green at first base. Dexteris takes that one. It's a ball. Ball 1. There's foul ball along the third baseline. No play. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's a roller to the first baseman, Trim Leonard, who makes the throw to second. And they get Ruby Green, but they did not turn two. Dexteris was able to beat out the throw. So 1 out, runner at first.
Billy Boink is up, likes his pitches high. He's got a runner at first base, and Hanley. Oh, he pops that one up to the mound, and that's out number 2. 1 out from losing, or from going for an extra innings. They're actually going to the bottom of the ninth.
Buster Biggs, the left fielder, 2 for 3, 2 singles and a walk, hitting .385.
There goes Hanley Dexteris. What's he doing?
Thrown out.
He hasn't stolen a game all season.
Oh, but he's supposed to have speed. That's the thing, is he's supposed to have speed. It doesn't matter.
Oh boy.
Oh, I don't even know what I just did. I just hit a button.
Oh, he put in Benson Rushmore will be relieving for the
coming up in the bottom of the ninth, Julius Angelus, Marshall Rosas, and Ed Clubb. Benson Rushmore got picked.
Somehow he just ran out there without being called.
Yeah.
Here comes Julius Angelus 0 for 2. Contact against the lefties. Rushmore comes in, throws his first pitch, misses ball 1. 1-0 the count. The Frontrunners can win it here if they get a run on the board. First pitch strike 1 apiece. Bottom of the ninth inning. Ball 2 on the outside corner. Rushmore throwing his 4th pitch. That's in there for strike 2, and we're knotted up at 2 apiece. Hoping to go into extra innings here at the Beewolves. That curveball just misses low. Full count, 3-2. Swinging him a strike 3, and Rushmore gets out there. Shows him he can play. Marshall Rosas, composed pitcher, probably won't hit. And they pull him for Rowan Driver. The pinch hitter, Rowan Driver, is a good contact hitter with a little bit of power. And he's got .359 on the season with 2 home runs and 7 RBIs. The right-handed batter gets his first pitch low and away, misses ball 1. 1-0 the count to Rowan Driver. Pops that one to the mound. It's going to land in there. Gina Torrance picks it up, rifles him down at first. That one went over the head of Rushmore. Right. Comes Ed Clubb 1 for 4 with a single. Generally a contact hitter. Looking tense. First pitch in there for ball. Check swing. I thought that was in there. 1-0 the count. That one's ball 2. Rushmore a little bit nervous to pitch to him. That one's hit hard. Oh, Laura Franco can't grab it. He's going to be on first with that single. And the crowd liking that. 2 outs, 1 more to go. Jonas Trickster 0 for 4. Intense. Rushmore's hoping to make him go 0 for 5. Throws the first pitch in there. Gets away from Monstour, who's got to throw the second, and it's not going to be in time. The runner's at second base now. An outfield single scores and wins. Strike 1 to Trickster. Strike 2. 1 more strike from getting out of this. See what Rushmore does here. Curveball hit hard into the Beewolves dugout. 1-2 the count. Swinging him at strike 3, and he gets out of that side. We're going extra innings.
All right, Rowan Driver, the pinch hitter, is going to be pulled for Daniel Molina, the closing pitcher. Molina's got a 4.66 ERA, a 1.81 whip, 19 strikeouts. He's neutral and fit. He's got great velocity, less than average junk, and less than average accuracy. And he's got pretty good stamina, so he's pretty well rested. He's got a 4-seam fastball, a cut fastball, and a slider. Coming up, Buster Biggs, 2 for 3 with a walk. Alora Franco, 2 for 4, and Bertha Banks, 2 for 4. Knotted up at 3. Beewolves out hitting the Frontrunners 13-9 as we head into the top of the 10th.
I got to say I'm pleased for their performance, though, going this late in the game against this strong of a team, whatever happens from here.
Buster Biggs, the left fielder, steps in, takes the first pitch for a called strike. Strike 1. That one's high. Ball 1. Evens up the count 1-1. That one's inside. Ball 2 almost hits Biggs. That one's in there. Ball 3. 3-1. That one's over the plate, 3-2, full count. There's a smash by Buster Biggs. It's going. It's out of here. Buster Biggs has just left the yard, giving the Beewolves a 4-3 lead. Went 413 feet, his 5th home run of the season, 16th RBI of the season. And the Beewolves, just like that, are back on top. Laura Franco, the first baseman, steps in.
Laura Franco with a lot of power, 2 for 4. She should get her third home run right here, Pete. Pitch outside corner. Good patience by
I'm hitting, so.
That's inside corner, strike 1. 1 apiece to Laura Franco, top of the 10th. That one's a strike on the outside corner, 1 and 2. Whoa, that one almost hit her. Should jive out of the way of that one, 2 apiece. She reached up for that one. It's a liner to Leonard at first, 1 down.
Just crap. Bertha Banks, the third baseman's locked in and fit. 2 for 4 with 2 singles and an RBI. 1 out with nobody on. That one's outside. Ball 1. 1-0. That's in there for a called strike. 1-1. That one's low. Ball 2. 2-1. That one's high. Ball 3. 3-1. Bertha Banks leads the team in walks. That's in there for a called strike. Even full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There's a shot into center field. Bertha Banks standing at first, safe. So we got a base runner. Bertha Banks at first base with 1 out. Gina Torrens.
Gina Torrens 1 for 4 with a home run and RBI. Her 1 hit was a good one. Nice to chase that with a second home run. Pitch is low, ball 1. She's got Bertha Banks at first base. That one's high and inside, ball 2. Good patience by Gina Torrens. Making that was a line drive to Hart for that second out.
Steve Monstour, the catcher's neutral and fit. He's 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Hitting .393 on the season. He's got good power against right-handed pitching. Bertha Banks still at first base. That one's outside. Ball 1. 1-0 with 2 outs. That one's low. Ball 2. 2-0. That's popped up to the shortstop. Makes the catch. Hart makes the catch. So we go into the bottom of the 10th. Beewolves 4, Frontrunners 3. Miles Hart 1 for 4 with a double. Trim Leonard 1 for 4 with a strikeout. Pitt Jeterson 2 for 3 are going to try and keep the Frontrunners in this game. Benson Rushmore threw 16 pitches. Got 2 strikeouts and gave up 1 hit in his half inning of work. Miles Hart, the shortstop, he likes the low pitch.
Now pitching, Smack Avery.
Coming into the game for Benson Rushmore, Smack Avery, the closing pitcher. Avery with a 3.29 ERA, a .88 whip, and 7 strikeouts. He's feeling neutral and fit. He's got a little bit better than average velocity. He's got very, very little junk and very little accuracy. He's not fully rested, but he's pretty rested. He's got a 4-seam fastball and a curveball. And Avery's going to take a look at Miles Hart. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Strike 1. Avery delivers. That's in there for a called second strike. And very quickly, Miles Hart, the shortstop, is in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes with no outs in the bottom of the 10th. That one's outside. Ball 1. 1-2. Avery delivers. Ooh, that one's up. Count has evened up. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Miles Hart. That one's low. Count has gone full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Avery was out in front. Now he's there's a swing and a miss, and Miles Hart goes down on strikes. 1 out. Trim Leonard, the first baseman's tense and fit. He's 1 for 4 with a single. He's playing first base for the Frontrunners today. The pitch, that's in there for called strike. Strike 1. Avery delivers. There's a shot to Dexteras, who picks it out of the air for the second out. 2 outs. Pitt Jeterson, the third baseman, is neutral and fit. 2 for 3 with 2 singles and an RBI today. 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th. That's in there for called strike. No balls, 1 strike. There's a shot. Oh, and Franco was unable to corral it. And it's a single for Trim Leonard. I think that was Leonard. Oh, no. Hoots Harvey, the center fielder, he's locked in. And, well, he's 2 for 4 on the day. Looks like Smack Avery's going to go ahead and put Hoots Harvey on base and not let him beat us. There's a steal by... he's out. Got him thrown out.
Nice
and the Beewolves win on the pitch out. I don't know what happened there. Trim Leonard tried to steal second base, which didn't make sense because it was an intentional walk. So he's going to be there in a minute if he just waited.
That was He decides to run. Oh, my gosh.
And so Smack Avery was able, I mean, not Smack Avery, but Steve Monstour was able to throw him out. Oh, wow, what a game. What a game. Beewolves win that one 4-3. They out-hit the Frontrunners 15-10. I think I had maybe 2 of those hits. I mean, it's getting aggravating. I can't hit the ball. I don't understand it. But anyway.
Beewolves jump out in front early like they should, and they racked up. They got up 3-0 by the 5th. It got a little scary in the 7th when they scored 2, and then the 8th when they tied up. But luckily, the Beewolves relief pitching was able to clamp down on them, and they got a little bit more offense in that 10th inning. And wow, Pete! I can't believe what I just saw. Third pitch and a pitch out, and he decides to try and steal second base.
Yeah,
they handed us a win.
They did. But 3 of the 4 runs we got all came off of solo home runs. So, I mean, which is good because we haven't had much power all season. So it's nice to see that we're finally getting some power.
Yeah. Hanley just goes to 1 for 5. I mean, at least this one was a big one. Big's 3 for 4. Big's had a great. He's got to be player of the game.
Bertha Banks too.
Yeah. Magic Morrow for 4. Not that great.
No. But that was the thing, too, is you go back and you look, and I think it was a no-hitter. Beavis Ortiz had a no-hitter go until about the 5th or 6th inning, I think.
Yeah. And look what we did to the Frontrunners. I mean, Trickster goes 0 for 5.
0 for 5, yeah.
Leonard 1 for 5. 0 for Cray, yeah. And Angelus 0 for 3.
Yeah, Hoots Harvey. Jeez, that guy can hit bombs, man. That guy hits bombs. Angelus 0 for 3. He got lifted before too long. Yeah, so that we did a good job. Club was 2 for 5. So it really came down to Jeterson and Hoots Harvey and Club. Everybody else, geez.
Well, looking at pitching, Beavis Ortiz comes in, throws 6 innings, gets 5 hits off him, 2 earned runs, walks a runner, and strikes out 6. Not a bad day for him. Gets 1 home run off him. He's got a 3.75 ERA. He's still stays at a 1-4 record. Tats Belfort comes in, throws 2 innings, gets 3 hits off him, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout. He stays at a 4.65, and he's 4-0-1 on the season. Benson Rushmore just decides to run out on the field, assuming he's the pickup. He throws an inning, gets 1 hit off him, gets 2 Ks. He gets the win. So he improves his record to 2-2. So that works out, 2-2-1. And Smack Avery comes in, gets another save. He throws 1 inning, gets 1 hit off him, 1 strikeout. He's now 0-2-7. 7 saves on the season. That's a good closing for Avery.
That is. And then for the Frontrunners, Tito Singleton pitched 5 innings, gave up 11 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 strikeout, gave up 2 home runs. He walked away with an ERA of 2.54. His record stays at 3-1. Canto came in. She pitched 2 innings, gave up a hit, a walk. She left with a 3.38 ERA and no record as of yet. And Rosas, he pitched 2 innings, gave up a hit. His ERA is 4.80, and his record stays at 4 wins, 1 loss. And then Molina comes in, and he pitched 1 inning, gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 home run, leaves with an ERA of 4.87, and his record falls to 1 win, 3 losses, and 11 saves. So
that is a lot of saves. Molina did well, except for that he had to throw that 1 pitch to the player of the game. Pete, why don't you start off there?
Okay, the first player of the game, Buster Biggs, and that's no surprise the way he's been playing lately. He was 3 for 4, hit a home run, had an RBI, scored a run, and stole 2 bases.
Yeah, I think he's up to 13. I think he's leading. He may be leading the league in stolen bases now, but he's followed in second place by the A- center fielder for the Frontrunners, Hoots Harvey. Goes 2 for 4, gets a home run, 2 ribbies, 1 run himself, and he steals a base.
And then, that's his 3rd home run off of Beavis Ortiz, too. He's hit 3 off of Beavis this year. And then the star of the game, speaking of Beavis Ortiz, that's nice to see. Pitcher make it. Pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 earned, and 1 walk.
And the Beewolves even up the season with the Frontrunners. What a win, Pete.
Yeah. And then Tommy with 10 hits, 3 home runs, 4 RBIs, 4 strikeouts, 57%. contribution, I only had 5 hits, so half. I only had half the hits. I had no home runs, which can't remember the last time I had a home run. 2 great catches, 3 stolen bases, and 6 strikeouts. So I did kind of do something. 43%.
There you go. Post-game show. Wow, that was a big win on the road, Pete.
I'm unloading this game off my computer. That was a good one. Yeah, we came in and they were we looked on paper, it looked like we were massively outmatched, but we stayed strong. We hung in there. Kind of felt like, 3-zip was not going to be enough.
Yeah.
Like I said, Beavis, even though Beavis Ortiz had a no-hitter going into I think it was the 5th inning. He went, a 5th inning with a no-hitter, and you're thinking, holy cow. And he was on fire. For a while, he was on fire, and you're like, this isn't going to last. I mean, at some point, it's going to turn on us. So, But like my partner said, it's been impressive how these guys have held in. I mean, this isn't their first extra inning game recently. I mean, they've had 2 out of the last 3, I think, went extra innings.
Yeah.
And they hung in, and they won it, So,
do you want to call the scores of these other games to see where we're at in the standings, or?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. We got 6 other games to tell you about. It starts off with the Water Bullets visiting the Wide Loads in New York. Pete, why don't you tell us what happened out there?
Okay. The Water Bullets travel to meet the Wide Loads, and it's a back and forth battle, but ultimately the Wide Loads take it 7-4.
The Buzzards go to Fort Lauderdale to play the Freebooters. It's close, but the Booters take it 6-4.
The Outlaws travel to meet up with the Warblers, and the Outlaws take that one 3-2.
The Burners and the Hot Corners should be one-sided, but it's not. The Hot Corners come back, win 7-6.
All right, the Wild Pigs over meet the Sandcats, and it's all Wild Pigs 9-0.
Wow. Blowfish play the Platypi in San Diego. Platypi take it 7-5. That leaves us in the following. Pete, why don't you start off in the Pioneer Conference?
Okay, the Pioneer Conference up there in the Pathfinder Division. Currently the Moose, with a record of 19-11, are holding a 3-game lead over the Burners, who are sitting in second. The Burners and the Blowfish, the Burners and the Blowfish tied for second with records of 16-14.
The Moose with the second best record in the league. In the Uncharted Division, those Wild Pigs just beat our sister city Sandcats in Phoenix. I don't like that. They are 16-14 on the season, just over 500. They got a 1.5 game lead against the Platypi, who are 15-16.
And then down in the Journey Division, those Sandcats Tommy was just talking about, with a record of 21-10, are sitting alone in first place, ahead of the 2.5 games ahead of the Arctics, who are sitting at second place with a record of 18-12.
Over in our conference, Explorer Conference, Seafair Division looks a little bit different than it did when we started. The Jacks are now back in first place solo at 18-11. They are a half a game ahead of the Frontrunners we just took down a peg, and the Gold Coats are 18-12, both those teams.
And then in our very own trade division, from worst to first, the Beewolves find themselves alone in first place with a record of 13-17, and they have a half game lead over the Nemesis, who are in second place with a record of 12-17.
It is close. It is close, but it's still 4 games below 500 and out in first. Curiosity Division to finish it off. The Sawteeth now, the San Jose Sawteeth are 18-12 in first place there. They have a 1.5 game lead against the Colorado, or the Colorado cities, whatever they are. Where's the Air Force at?
I don't know.
It's Colorado Springs.
There you go.
17-14 in second place. So that's where. So let's look at the. As long as we're here, real quick, we go to the wild card standings. Right now, the wild card contenders. I'll take the Pioneer Conference. It's the Arctics. They've got a plus 15 run differential at their 18-12 record. They have a 2-game lead for that wild card, because right now the Sandcats, Moose, and Wild Pigs are all the first place leaders.
Yes. And over in the Explorer Conference, if the season were to end today, the Jacks, Sawteeth, and Beewolves would be in by virtue of taking their division. And then the front runner for the, funny I should say, but there's a tie actually for the wild card contenders. There's currently a two-way tie. The front runners and the Gold Coats are tied up, but the front runners, by virtue of their run differential being plus 28, would wind up taking the wild card spot. So, yeah, this team we just beat, we would probably see again. We'd turn around and play again for the playoffs. So
at least twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll do a live from the Hive after this. So I guess we'll see you back in wait a second. Check the schedule out here. What does the schedule look like next? Oh yeah, go to the bottom of the list here. We are going to face our old overdogs.
Yep.
Santa Monica Overdogs coming to town, and Chasey Kim will be mounting the mound. So that makes me nervous.
Although, are we going to switch it up? Because we did change up the pitching rotation because Japani was injured. So actually it should be Japani versus Kim, and then Levon versus Ratherswell.
Yeah, we could look as long as she's fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh as a daisy.
She should be all right.
All right. Well, I guess until then, this is Tom G.
And this is PJ. And we're saying, get out of here. Good night.